Hey guys, welcome back to another stream. We're back working in Unreal Engine 4, 4.24.2, I believe, on our hero project. It's 424.1. Um, so in this one, we're going to continue where we left off. We have our movement speed attributes, but I know I really messed it up. How I implemented it, because I have, I'll link it in the description, but there is UE4 gas example project. There's this project from Tranic, I guess. It's for the gameplay ability system. It has all this documentation. Um, and I kind of want to read through attributes, attribute sets, and attributes. So I'm gonna kind of just read. I'll read out loud, I guess. Maybe it'll be helpful, but we'll see. So attributes are float values defined by the struct f gameplay attribute data. We know that, we did that last time. These can represent anything from the amount of health a character has to the character's level to the number of charges that a potion has. If it's a gameplay related numerical value belonging to an actor, you should consider using an attribute for it. Attributes should generally only be modified by gameplay effects so that the ASC can predict the changes. I don't know what that means. ASC UE4. Uh, application. What is a ability system component? Okay. So it can predict the changes. Attributes are defined by and live in an attribute set. The attribute set is responsible for replicating attributes that are marked for replication. See the text on attributes for how to define attributes. Okay. If you don't want an attribute to show up in the editor's list of attributes, you can use the meta hide in details view. Okay. So an attribute is composed of two values, a base value and a current value. The base value is the permanent value of the attribute, whereas the current value is the base value plus temporary modifications from gameplay effects. For example, your character may have a move. There we go. this guy's talking about move speed in this documentation, so this might help us. With a base value of 600 units per second. Since there are no gameplay effects modifying the move speed yet, the current value is also 600 Unreal units per second. If she gets a temporary 50 units per second, the base value stays at the same. Okay. Often beginners to gas will confuse base value with a maximum value for an attribute and try to treat it as such. This is an incorrect approach. Maximum. Okay. So are we defining? So we have hero attributes. Can we set a base value? Like, what the hell? So attribute accessor. What is this? Like attribute accessor. I don't understand what this is. Maybe it's in the documentation. I don't know. This defines a set of helper functions for accessing and initializing attributes to avoid having to manually write these functions. It would create the following functions for attribute health. Okay. So it creates getters and setters. I don't know if I want a max value though. But, Okay, let's just keep reading the documentation. Maximum values for attributes that can change or are referenced in abilities or UI should be treated as separate attributes. For hard-coded maximum and minimum values, there is a way to define a data table with f attribute metadata that can set maximum and minimum values, but Epic's comment above the struct calls it a work in progress. See attributes.h for more information. To prevent confusion, I recommend that maximum values that can be referenced in abilities or UI be made as separate attributes, and hard-coded maximum and minimum values that are only used for clamping attributes be defined as hard-coded floats in the attribute set. Clamping of attributes is discussed in pre-attribute change for changes to the current value and post effect for changes to the base value from gameplay effects. Permanent changes to the base value come from instant gameplay effects, whereas duration and infinite gameplay effects change the current value. That's good to know. Periodic gameplay effects are treated like instant gameplay effects and change the base value. Okay. Meta attributes. Some attributes are treated as placeholders for temporary values that are intended to interact with attributes. These are called meta attributes. For example, we commonly define damage as a meta attribute. Instead of a gameplay effect directly changing our health attribute, we use a meta attribute called damage as a placeholder. This way, the damage value can be modified with buffs and debuffs in a gameplay effect execution calculation and can be further manipulated in the attribute set. For example, subtracting the damage from a current shield attribute before finally subtracting the remainder from the health attribute. The damage meta attribute has no persistence between gameplay effects and is overridden by every one. Meta attributes are not typically replicated. So you can listen for an attribute change. To listen when an attribute changes to update the UI or other gameplay, use okay, so this function returns a delegate that you can bind to that will be automatically called when an attribute changes. The delegate provides a f on change data parameter with the new value, old value, and f gameplay effect mod callback data. Note the f gameplay effect mod callback data will only be set on the server. So the sample project binds to this attribute value change delegates on the GD player state to update the HUD and to respond to player death when the health reaches 0. Okay. So it's in the async task attribute changed. Let's look. It's in the what? Async. Okay. Source, private characters, abilities, ability tasks. No. Okay, here we go. So wait for attribute changed. Okay, so you. Okay. Um. So on attribute changed dot broadcast. So it's broadcasting that, but where? I don't know if I need to do that either. The attribute set defines holds. All right. Oh yeah. Let's just kind of forget about that. The attribute set defines, holds, and manages changes to attributes. Developers should subclass from the attribute set. Yeah, that's what we're doing. Okay, we do that too. Okay. An ability system component may have one or many attribute sets. Attribute sets have negligible memory overhead, so how many attribute sets to use is an organizational decision left up to the developer. It is acceptable to have one large monolithic attribute set shared by every actor in your game and only use attributes if needed while ignoring unused attributes. Um, Alternatively, you may choose to have more than one attribute set representing groupings of attributes that you selectively add to your actors as needed. For example, you can have an attribute set for health related attributes, and an attribute set for mana related attributes, and so on. In a mobile game, heroes might need mana, but minions might not. Therefore, the heroes would get the mana attribute, and minions would not. Additionally, attribute sets can be subclassed as another means of selectively choosing which attributes an actor has. Attributes are internally referred to as attribute set class name dot attribute name. When you subclass an attribute set, all of the attributes from the parent class will still have the parent class's name prefix. Okay. Uh, While you can have more than one attribute set, you should not have more than one attribute set of the same class on an ability system component. If you have more than one attribute set from the same class, it won't know which attribute set to use and will just pick one. That's pretty funny. Um, Attribute sets can be added and removed from the ability system component at runtime. It is perfectly valid to have attribute sets live on weapons and be added to and removed from the ability system components as they are equipped and unequipped. This can be useful for keeping gun-specific ammo on the gun. Okay. Unequip. Okay. Okay, here we go. Attributes can only be defined in C++ in the attribute set's header file. It is recommended to add this block of macros to the top of every attribute set header file. Okay, so that's why he has it, because it's recommended, but he also wrote that documentation, so whatever. Okay. So we will do that as well. Boom. Okay. A replicated health attribute would be defined like this. So we don't need replication for our project. We don't want to have multiplayer right now. I don't ever want to have multiplayer, but we'll see. So we just need to add the attribute accessors here for movement speed. We just gotta update the class and the name. It should be good. Also define the onRep function in the header. No, we don't need to worry about that. The CPP file for the attribute should fill in the onRep function with the gameplay attribute rep notify macro used by the prediction system. Don't need to worry about that. Finally, the attribute needs to be added. Okay, again, that's replication. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. It can be skipped. It's not replicated. Initializing attributes. There are multiple ways to initialize attributes. Set their base value and consequently their current value to some initial value. Epic recommends using an instant gameplay effect. This is the method used in the sample project 2. See GE hero attributes blueprint in the. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to open up the project. So this is ours. Let's see if it opens. CGE attributes. Okay. Here we go. It's opening. I'm kind of glad this documentation kind of exists. I've been kind of stupid in trying to do this based off of Udemy courses, but you know, that's showbiz. I guess while this opens, we can go back into the documentation. Note F attribute set inner discrete levels does not work with attribute data. It was created when attributes were raw floats, and we'll complain about that not being plain old data. This is set to be fixed in 424. Okay, so we have this fix. So it is fixed. I'm not sure what this does, though. Okay, 90%. That's interesting. Okay. Whatever. Okay, we have everything open. So gameplay effects. Okay, so this is the documentation. Is there abilities? Okay, I'll just have to look it up. GE attributes. Okay, that's not what it's called. Hero attributes. Aha. Interesting that this is upside down, but okay. So character level, move speed. Okay. How is this applied, I wonder? So let's look at reference viewer. So BP hero character. Okay, so default attributes. Okay. So this is set C++, I assume. So GD hero character. Let's find that bad boy. Source. Private characters. Hero? Is it hero character? Yeah. Wrong side. Come on. There you go. So is it on event begin play that he's doing that? So it's unpossessed. Let's get the .h in here too. Oh, character 0. Get it back in here. Okay. Oh, that's the hero character. It's my bad. Hero player. Okay. Where's the property that is... That's confusing. Because it has properties. like gas documentation header. So gas documentation. What's the subcategory? Abilities? Okay, maybe it's in character base. Of course, we gotta find it. Public character base. Here we go. Maybe. So he's using a weak pointer. I don't know why. But maybe I should too. Let's see. Let me just stop debugging. Oh, my eyes. Looking at the computer all day is really not good. Oh, okay. Here we go. So default attributes. All right. So blueprint read only, edit anywhere, category, blah, blah, blah. And then in the private, default attributes. So initialize attributes. That's pretty cool. Okay. Where is initialize attributes? Right. I'm not in this. Okay. Is it? Do they do it in the character? Like initialize attributes. Okay. Yes, on possessed. Here we go. All right. I guess we can do the on. We have to override it, I think, right? Ah, okay. A lot going on. Let's get the hero character .h. Let's just do a lot of what he's doing, maybe. Okay. I don't think we have to forward declare this anymore. Let's do this initialization. I'll have to update the CPP. That should be good. There we go. So do we have this virtual class? Where's the get system? Okay, right. We don't need to do that. If we do virtual, whoops. Wow, okay, not capital. Virtual class. View ability system component. Oh. We want to do that here. Virtual class. Const override. What about the actual ability system component? Are we doing that anywhere? Because we had the get ability system component. But do we have the actual component anywhere? Ah, we're doing it as a weak pointer. So what's this virtual class? Okay, implement I system interface. Okay, so you don't see the ability system component here. No. Yes. No. Yes. I get confused because the documentation is also called hero. Okay, so the component's not going to be here, which I guess is fine. So is this under the private header? Protected. Okay. Don't need that right now. Protected. Why is my phone? Okay. Protected. So T weak object pointer class u so he has his own ability system component. So he has his own ability system or ability component. No. Yeah, he does. Do I want to have my own? What's the point of having my own? Doesn't seem like there's a real reason, at least for me right now. So I can just do it this way. What did I call it? Ability system component. This needs to be a capital W. Okay. And I can do the same for my attribute set. T weak object pointer class whatever. Yeah. Oops. Seems valid. And I guess I don't need a reference. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. What else he has? F gameplay tag, hit direct. No, I don't care. No, I don't care there. Death montage, no. Possibly I might need something like this. So default abilities. Might want something like that. I will surround it in a comment. Leave it alone there. Default attributes, that's what we want. So uProperty, blueprint, read only, edit anywhere, and then we want to do hero attributes. Do we need the gameplay effect? Probably not. Okay. What else? Startup effects. Maybe we'll need that. I'll put it in comments. Let's make this clean. Add character abilities. Okay, we'll want yeah, we might need to make something. Let's worry about the player right now. And when we make enemies, if we have to, refactor a shit ton, we'll just refactor it then. Hold on, I'm getting a message on YouTube. It's a comment. What does it say? I don't care. Okay. So we definitely need the function here. Void initialize default attributes. We don't need to worry about star effects and set health. No, we don't need to do any of that. I think that's fine. So we don't worry about level right now. No, let's not worry about alive right now. Not dying, who cares? Hit, no, who cares? No, we don't want to worry about reactions right now. Blah 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 blah. You definitely want to do this because it's about move speed. So this is under the public. So we could do hero, character, attributes. Oops. That's good. Yeah. Dying, no. Begin play. Is it on the character base that they're overriding anything? No, it's dying. Okay, let's implement the functions here. That's fine. That's fine for now as well. Initialize default attributes. Are we doing it here? Yes. Okay. We might not need to do this, but we'll see. So we have begin play. What is this guy doing on begin play? Nothing. Okay, we'll leave it there. Do we need tick? Does he implement tick at all? He should, right? Really? Does it? That makes no sense. Okay. Let's not do tick and just see what happens. Well, we don't need tick, I guess. So let's just take it out. So that's our input component. Okay, so how is he implementing? Where's our ability system component? T weak. Expression must have a bool. Okay. Get ability system component. Let's see how he has it here. So that's the initialization. Okay. I don't know if that's redundant. Whoops. Okay. So that's okay. We'll definitely have to change this function about the move speed. So get move speed. We'll have to look at that. Okay. So if attribute, no, it's the, I believe, where's the weak pointers? Yeah. It's not a component, so let's not confuse ourselves. So player attributes. So dot is valid. Is it the so if it's valid, we can return get player movement speed. And then return 0 otherwise. And I guess we can just almost copy it exactly for the base. Okay, except we gotta change this line. So return player attributes, get movement speed, get player movement speed. What's the difference there? Get player movement speed attribute dot get gameplay attribute data. Player attributes dot get Get base value. Yeesh. Okay. Okay. So hit stuff, hit direction, remove character abilities, whatever. Stamina, health, startup effects, initialize attributes. Okay. Let's close everything else. Okay. Let's see. Ow. So first it's checking if the ability system component is valid. So if it's not valid, return, because we can't do anything, yeah. And if the attributes is not good, then he's giving a message, but also returning. I guess we can... Do we have to do an is valid? What's wrong with this? Interesting. Default attributes. Is that not what we are messing around with? Where's the movement speed stuff again? Oh, that... Okay, so attribute set base is different than default attributes. Where's default attributes? Okay. Did I fuck something up? Ah. This is... Okay. It's default attributes. Let me call this effect. That's my bad. Default attributes effect. Yes, that's good. Okay. And if that is invalid, it's going to give a log. Let's copy this log. So a temporary error says it to fill it in. Okay. I think that's going to be okay. So now our character is all right. But let's look at his attributes. Oops. So that's the CPP. Attribute sets. .h. Okay, let's get out of the character. So here's the .h. Actually, first let's compile. Let's just see if we messed anything up. Oh, this is a lot. Oh. And my head hurts from these headphones. I have a sneaking suspicion that it's not going to compile, but you know, that's just me. Guess while we're waiting, let's read more of the documentation. Hold on, I got some email. Uh-oh. Oof. Okay. Da, 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 da. Okay. Just to put the headphones back on. Oh, okay, we got file error. Okay. Use of undefined type. U ability system component. Where? What? Are you? What? Okay. So player. How did I name this? Player character. Player character. Player character. We called it player attributes. Okay. Let's try again, I guess. Okay, so pre-attribute change. So this is the stuff that we need to look into as well. Oh. But this is, let me just see how he's doing some stuff here. Class defaults, yeah, hero attributes, yeah. So base movement speed. Maybe I can move it to like a data asset. I don't know. There's too much to think about. But he's saying it to 600. He's got his startup effects, granted abilities. Okay, we still got problems. So, hero player character, 14. Okay. So hero player attributes. Let's not worry about these delegates anymore. Screw it. Let's create an attribute accessor. Player movement speed multiplier. Do the accessors need? No, they don't need it. They're a macro. And that's the correct syntax for multi-layered directional stuff. Okay, let's try again. Pre-attribute change is one of the main functions in the attribute set to respond to changes to an attribute's current value before the change happens. It is the ideal place to clamp incoming changes to the current value via the reference parameter new value. Okay. I'm curious how this is working. What kind of gameplay effects does he have? Let's see. Let's go back. That's fine. Let's wipe all this out. Let's wipe all of this out because we're definitely doing it wrong. We'll leave that alone. Use of undefined type. Okay, does his attributes have the ability system component? Yes, okay. So we need to include that. Let's try again. Oops. That's fine. Let's get more errors. Yeah, that's fine. And let's wipe out our function at least for it. Our movement speed change. Okay. Let's see if it'll compile now. Looks good. I don't know. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Oh. Ow, my back. Okay. So now we should have our property and our character. Here's our test effect. And the test effect should have everything okay. Modifier. Yeah, movement speed multiplier. Okay, great. But we don't need, it's not going to do anything, I don't think. Is it still in our level blueprint? Yeah, okay, let's just disconnect that. Safe to assume that it's not going to do anything. Now, player character, here we go. Hopefully we don't have to reparent anything to see the, I think we do. So here are attributes, here's our effect. So that's good. But we're still seeing our system of component. And it shouldn't be there anymore, unless I put it in the destruct. Yeah, that might be the reason why. Let's close out of that. I don't know if we don't need to create a these sub objects, I don't think anymore, right? So character, we need to go to private. Characters. I think it's in character base. Or it's going to be in their hero. Come on. Thank you. Okay. So it's not in that constructor. And it's not in that constructor. And his character's not even ticking. Okay. Curious why. Whatever. Let's set him to not tick as well and just see what happens. But we don't need these anymore. I guess we need to. We probably don't need this. Okay. I guess we'll have to super. We'll super. It's fine. So now we shouldn't see that component anymore. I'm multitasking like I'm animal right now, work-related stuff, and streaming at the same time. That's fun. Okay, now we shouldn't have the ability system component in the character, which is fine, I guess, so we may not need it. Okay. Okay. Let's look at our character. Okay, and it's gone, which is fine. So that's good. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'm getting hit with work stuff right now. So I'm gonna end the stream early. If I find the time, I will come back and continue the stream. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, welcome back. So this is a continuation of the last stream. In the YouTube video, I'll clip them together. So basically, we compiled, and now we have our hero character. And if we open them up, we don't have the ability system component anymore, but we do have the get ability system component. And we could just plug in self, you know, and we're kind of good to go. But more importantly, in our defaults, we have our default attributes effect. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's set that up. Defaults. Let's make a gameplay effect. I don't know if if I should make my own gameplay effect class that extends gameplay effect. Maybe I should. I don't know. But for now, we'll leave it alone. So we'll call it HGE for Hero Game Effect. And then we'll call this Player Character Initialization. We'll save that. And it's going to be an instant duration policy, I believe. Yeah, instant. Modifier, player movement speed, override. And we'll set this to like 100. And right now, that's not going to do anything. Like, we're still moving at like 600. Like, if I were to, for example, make this like 1, we'd still be moving at the same speed. So we have to figure out how to update our max walk speed when this changes. And that's what I'm not 100% sure how to do. But we have the documentation. So first we'll do a pre-attribute change. So let's look at the C++. So in the CPP, we have the pre-attribute change. We also have in our C++ source file for hero attributes, we have the initialization happening here. But since we have this gameplay effect, let's not worry about doing it there. So let's do pre-attribute change. So we have a super. Pre-attribute change. Oh, pre-attribute. I gotta just type it over. Pre-attribute change. And we can just pass in attribute and new value. Now, because we have these macros for getters, we can check if attribute equal get player movement speed attribute. Okay, so he has a function called adjust attribute for max change. But in the movement stuff, he actually does clamp it kind of like a hard value. So let's try clamping it as well. So if this, we could do new value equals f math clamp. I guess he specifies float. I don't know why, but so you pass in new value. Let's do between 0 and let's do a ridiculous number, I suppose, like 10,000. Is that 10,000? Yeah. So I really don't know when this gets called. That's the confusing part. So let me go ahead, close out of our project. And instead, let's open up a second instance of Visual Studio with this project in it. And let's put a breakpoint in that attribute. So we have source, private, characters, abilities, attribute sets. And we should be able to put a breakpoint. And now Let's launch the, we're gonna get a second editor. So let's close out of this one. No, let's don't save anything. This hopefully will compile. We'll see. Sorry for being quiet again, but I'm just texting while this compiles. Oh, it's gonna have to do the whole thing. That's upsetting. Okay, and it's kind of going fast. That's nice. Okay. Loading. Okay, it's because of symbols. That's fine. Is the editor opening? I hope so. Yeah, it is. This is triggered from any changes to attributes, whether using attribute setters defined by the macro block or using gameplay effects. So for immediate permanent changes to attributes base value. These are temporary. Moving. Stacking. Okay. So now we have the breakpoint here. So in theory, because this project has the G hero attributes being applied on possess, right? That breakpoint should hit, right? Yes. And what's the data we have? Let's go. Oops. I hit the wrong button, I think. Uh-oh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so oh, this didn't even do anything. So I just step over, which we wanted, right? So what's the attribute? Is it not giving me any? Okay, so character level. Okay, so this gets called. So that's good for this project. But let's see if it gets called for ours. Okay, blah blah blah. Debug symbols. Oh, my knuckles. Okay. Breakpoint is active. We have our gameplay effect. We're setting it, we'll set it to 1000. Just to have a number, like a decent number. Okay, now here we should have the same thing, the same parameter. Check out. Okay, or not. Okay, so now breakpoint should hit. But it does not. What is the difference? So pre-attribute change. Pre-attribute, like I'm doing the same thing. Oh boy. My character is not applying it. That's right. Like it has the initialized default attributes, but this function does not get called. So at least we have something that makes sense. So how does this function work? I guess I should do it on the character possess. Is it possess? No. Okay, so it's probably on hero. Possess? Yeah. So possessed by. So this is something I think we should be able to use. So let's close our attributes. What's the public? Okay. So that should be valid. Do I need to have a header? No. Right click. Let's create the definition. And of course, we should super And I guess let's put in a ulog just to make sure. Log temp warning text possessed. That should be fine. Let's see if we mess this up in any way. Guess that's while that's going. Let's look at this function. Was it in character base or character? Yeah. So, okay. So he checks player. So he's looking for player state. So if it is a player, so where is he using attribute base? It's not really using it for any reason, which I guess is okay. Okay, it's still compiling. But essentially all we need to do is if the possess does happen, we can essentially just call initialize attributes, right? So we'll see. I hope it doesn't make it compile again, like all 56, like whatever modules or whatever you would want to call them. What else is there? So gameplay effects spec, set by caller, context. Okay, compilation was successful. Okay. Cooldowns. There's so much documentation. This is something else. Debugging. That, yes. Does it have like examples? What are these things? Okay. So now in theory, we should get a log. It's log. Where is that window? Developer tools, output log, play, possessed. Okay. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. Now we should have to just say, well, does he do a check for a valid controller? No, he will check for a valid player state. Let's not worry about that right now. Should just now be able to get to call initialize attributes. Now, in theory, This breakpoint should be hit. But knowing me, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. No. Damn it, why? That's kind of upsetting. I'm. Hmm. So we have the initialization. Are we doing anything in the... Yeah, we are, right? Oh. Ugh. I'm still very stupid. We didn't finish this function. So it's in character base, I think. Initialize. Yeah. Let's just copy the rest of this bad boy. Take out that comment. Up. So we're getting a gameplay context. Ability system component. Okay. Make outgoing spec. Default. Is it player? What is it? Get move speed, base value. That's the default attributes. Player attributes. It's this one. Uh, 0, I guess? What's the parameters? So the gameplay effect class, a float. Okay. If new handle is valid. Okay. Now, maybe it'll work. Maybe. Ugh. At least it compiled, right? Okay. Oh, still no? Why? I'm so upset. This function should get called. And it does, right? Okay. Okay, so it seems to fail. So, okay. So at least we have a reason, right? So, step over. Come on. So it's not... Okay, so... Is there like a watch? So that is null. Why would it be null? Am I not initializing it? Is he initializing it? So character base, private, no, public. So he has the component somewhere, right? Is it in the base? So get ability level doesn't matter right now. So here's his ability system component, right? So GD character base. So that's it's that, so he's getting that function. Unless I'm thinking about this wrong. So if it's, so is valid, so if it's not valid, return. So why is it not valid? Oops. He's not doing anything special. So set default object class, character movement component. That's not doing anything, right? That doesn't sound like it would. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. Oh. It's right there. Blech! Okay. So I guess it's important to do this. Okay, fine. I will play your game. Ah. Pretty bold of me to assume. That didn't copy at all. Copy, 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 copy. Okay, so do I have a player state? Might need to make my own. Is he using the header file? No. So A. Or is it just player state? A player state. And then if PS, we could do, what is it? Get the player. Is that his own actor? Ability system component. Okay, so that's not his own. So we'll definitely want to do that. Let's just grab that. Do that. And then we can do this. And then we just gotta change the ability system ability system component. I have to include the ability. Well, I have the ability system component. What is he including that I'm not including? I just looked through the headers. No, but he is including the player state. Oh boy, I'm stupid. But I should create my own player state. That's gonna be fun. Hash include player state. No, of course not. Okay. Let's look it up. UE4 player state. Okay. That doesn't help. Stop doing that. I hate whatever fucking virus is on this computer that keeps bringing that back. A player state. This might be what we want. Header. Okay, so it's in game framework. Game framework player state. Go. Okay, so does his own player state have the ability system component in it? Am I gonna have to do that? My God, I got itchiness. Okay, so he has characters. So he's got player and player state. Yeah, he does. Okay. Do I need to do this in the player controller state? Or can I, for example, you know what? Let's just be able, let me create a player state. So let me just see if this compiles. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so it compiled. Okay, so let's create a player state. New C++ class. Is player state on this list? Yes. Hero player state. And then we'll just do player state. Boom. Fucking done. I think I'm gonna stream for another like 20 minutes. I'm kind of getting tired, but I do want to play games. Ow. Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-ba-do. Hello. Let's find tick. So what do we have to do? We basically get rid of character component, hero character we don't need open. This one. I think, is this where? Yes, so this, and we'll leave this one open. So player state.h. We'll do this. We'll do that. Then do that. Does he have a delegate for movement? Oof. Player state has a lot of stuff. But okay. So we have our player state. Just for the sake of being able to do two things at once, let's move this Visual Studio over here. Okay. So player state needs to also do public ability system interface. And it needs that include. And this one includes gameplay effect type, so we'll just include that as well. I don't know if we'll need it, but we'll just keep it. Now we have these two functions, so it's going to be under public. First he has the constructor. Then he has these functions. Now he has getters for attributes. He has one for get move speed. This is under still the public modifier, so we'll implement that. Because it's move speed. And then under protected, he has the ability system component, and that is properties. Okay. But because I copied that, that's going to be wrong. So this is going to be U ability system component, I think, right? That's good. And then this is going to be U. I got U hero. Or is it U player? What is the attribute? Yeah, it's hero player attributes. Don't know why that's giving me a headache. But let's see. What is this? That's right. Incomplete type. Why? Why? Yeah, class U hero player attribute. Did I spell something wrong? Hero? Okay. Let's get out of there. Attributes. That's that. Oh. Boop. Pointer. Is that still wrong? There we go. Okay. And then is he over in the begin play? Okay. So he is using it, and he's making delegates. Which might be what we need to do, maybe. But we'll take it for now. So, begin play, and this is still under protected? Yeah. And then, that's it. Let's not implement any handles just yet. Let us, excuse me, let's make our constructor. So it should be a hero player state, colon a hero player state. No. Okay, so first he is creating the default object for ability system component. So we can just literally jack that. We don't have to worry about replication. Just gotta change this. First we gotta include the ability system component. And then we just gotta do U ability system component. So there's our ability system component. And our attribute base. And we can change this to U hero player attributes. And we gotta include that. Hash include. Hero attributes, player attribute, yes. Okay. We don't care about everything else. Okay. Where is it? Is he declaring? Yes. Okay. So player state, let's do get system component. What's he doing? He literally is returning. Okay, let's just do an if. Ability system component. Return ability system component. Otherwise, return null pointer. Pretty much the same idea. For the attribute set base, we can that. You just copy this. Just replace it. Do I have to do no? Ah. U hero player attributes. I gotta change the name. Now are you happy? Maybe. Yes. What does his get move speed look like? It's pretty easy. Create the definition. I'm gonna have to fix that. Okay. I think I gotta include the attribute. No, I already did. Okay. Get player movement speed. Is it attribute? No, just get move speed. Okay. And then we have our begin play. I guess we would have to super, but let me look at his begin play. Yeah. Okay, so he's not doing anything. Well, he's binding a bunch of delegates, but we don't want to do that just yet. So we're just going to do super begin play. Okay, so now our hero player state is done for now. Let's try to compile. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, it's taking a while to compile. Maybe that rhymes for a reason. I don't know. I think at this point I'm just kind of tired of speaking gibberish. Okay, it compiled successfully. That's good. Okay. Sorry. Sidetracked by work stuff. Okay, so it compiled. So we can immediately close it because we don't need to do anything. We can go back into our character, I believe. And now we can get our player state. Hero, player state. Boom. So a hero player state. A hero player state. Boom. So that should be valid. And we can assign our attribute base, but that's not named that. It is named player attributes, I think. I think that's the one we want. Okay. Okay. So now everything's in our okay. Whatever. So now we're initializing our default attributes, and that should call here. And then eventually it will call here. So let's first see if it goes through this function correctly. Let's see. Oh God. Stop. I hope I don't get demonetized because of that Twitch. Okay. Okay, so it's open. Play. And that never got called. So why? Let's try that again. Okay. Step into. Oh, nope. Okay. So that's failing, I think. That's null, whatever. What? How is that wrong? Is it because I'm not using that game player state or something? Maybe? Maybe. Let's correct this one first though. I don't like how it looks. Hero attributes. There we go. Let's compile again. We might have to look at our game mode. Oh. Okay. Okay. Game mode. Player state. Hero player state. Please check it out. Thank you. So now maybe it'll work. If it gets to that point, it definitely has worked. So, okay, yes. So we can get out of that. Now it should hit that next if I hit continue. Yes. And it does have a ability system component. So then step over. Yes. So it hit that. And now I don't know if it's going to hit that. It did! Holy! Ah, we did it! Okay. So if attribute equals player move speed, which it does. Yeah. Great. And obviously, it still doesn't do anything. But we're in a good spot. Ow. So now we're basically where we want to be. Let me bring this back over. So we had the pre-attribute changed. So now we had the post-gameplay effect executed, which is doing a lot. But I don't know if we need to do much. Because the first one is damage, right? Yeah. So if data.evaluate data.attribute equals get damage attribute, do a bunch of math, I suppose, and then if it's this, let's create a temp folder. Gameplay effect. HGE test. Is this referenced anywhere? Okay, it's still referenced. We'll leave that one in. No. Let's use the new one. Okay. And let's do an an infinite modifier of player movement speed. Let's override. Let's make it 1,000. No, let's make it 5. And let's not do a breakpoint. In there, let's do get float attribute, player movement speed, print. Based on the initialization, it's going to be 1,000. And then let's do a delay of 2 seconds. Apply that gameplay effect. And do this print again. Kobe. So now, in theory, we should see it print 1,000. 2 seconds later, it's going to print 5. At least that's what I hope. So 1,000, 5. Sweet. Now let's just see if this gets called on both times. So we spawn, we're possessed, it's good, continue. And now it gets called again. Great. Let's see what happens when this value is -10. It should get clamped to 0. So it should print 1,000. Whoops, let me get rid of that breakpoint. So 1,000 and then 0. And then if this is over 10,000, so let's just do a bunch of numbers. 10,000. And it's clamped down to 0. Is that how that clamp works? Let's look at it by breakpoint. Boom. Continue. Boom. Why is the new value negative? Why is it -10? What? When did the editor close? Was I like moving at the speed of light and I just missed myself do that? Okay, let's look at that temp again. Okay, what was? Did I do that here? I'm stupid. So it's -10 here. So let's make this a ridiculous number. Blah blah blah. And play. So that 10,000, 10,000. Yeah, 1,000, 10,000. So we know that all is working. Okay. So 600 is a decent size for us. But I think that's gonna be enough for this second part of the live stream. I think now that I kind of have a better idea of what I'm doing, question mark. But pretty much what I'm gonna do is create delegates for get movement speed. and just pretty much in that delegate function, update my max walk speed. I think that's something I can do. So just for the sake of checking it, can I get pawn? Get character. Okay, let's try this. Hash include, whoops. Like I literally just said I was gonna stop, but I'm not. Okay, hero, player character. I guess we'll have to include, what's the character movement? Do I have it in here? Yeah, game framework. Boop. Okay. So, a hero, player character, player equals cast, a hero, player character, get pawn. If player player get character movement max speed. I don't think that's right. That's definitely gonna give me an error. Yeah. How does this other one do it? Like it's in the character movement component for this guy. So characters, it's in the private one. Where's the character? So he has the sprinting. So it's in the character movement component. So I guess for right now, I don't know if I want to make my own. I might have to extend it, but I won't worry about that now. I should be able to max walk. Let's just make it something ridiculous. So this should, by default, make me fast. And that will prove that I can manipulate the player character speed. Oh boy. Okay. Play. Yes. So we know that works. Really fast. Okay, so that proves we can manipulate character speed. So let's put that into a comment. Oh god. you. Okay. Now we're done. Okay. So, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We also have a Discord server. Please feel free to join that as well. You can ask questions. This is where I announce when I'm live streaming, where I announce tutorials. I also post there a lot. I post videos from YouTube or talks from posts or Reddit things. So feel free. There will be a link in the description. And I guess like the video too. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.